I can see this. It says, don't drink and drive. The elf on the shelf will also call the cops. Don't drink and drive. The elf on the shelf will also call the cops. Don't drink and drive. Good morning, humans. Or aliens, as I've just turned green. I mean, you never know. They might be watching. You know, they might have the YouTube up there in space. I mean, shit, they've got enough Elon Musk satellites. They could probably tune in by now. So, at least that's my theory. I've been to New Mexico a bazillion times. I can tell you, they're not telling us anything over there. There's a bunch of stuff they're not telling us. No, just kidding. I'm all about science, so not into the conspiracy theories, but you never know. And seriously, there's like 4,500 Starlink satellites right above our planet right now. So pretty sure they can be like, oh, let's, you know, tune in and watch these people, Earthlings. Anyway, that said, I'm still on Earth. And it is 6:20 in the morning. It is pitch black, and I'm heading out to Prudence, going out to my storage unit. And I am going on my first road trip in about 6 weeks. So I've been home, housekeeping, just doing things around Houston, as you've seen, you know, little Houston vlogs. But yeah, I mean, I've got to take her out, got to stretch her legs. So this will be from Friday to Wednesday. And the plan is basically, and there'll be like individual videos and stuff as I go along, but I'm going to Newman's Castle today. Yes, we have a castle. Now, as you can hear, I've got a weird accent, which is bizarre. Like, I'm so fascinated by the fact that I have, like, people that have lived in a country for a really long time, that moved there as kids, that still have their native accent. So, like, my parents are American, but I grew up in London, and I moved to the States, to California when I was 13, which was like 32 years ago. And I mean, granted, I don't say like water and butter and I think, right? So I don't have like the Hertfordshire, like Greater London accent anymore, but I still, you know, sound weird. So it's just crazy. But anyway, so yeah, so we have castles here in America, believe it or not, and they're only like, I don't know, 50 years old. So not like in England where we had like Roman ruins we used to play hide and seek in. So I'm going to go there today, then I'm going to head to San Antonio. If it rains and if I have time, I'm going to check out a new museum, which I'm actually probably going to end up going to twice on this trip, because they have an exhibit next week that I want to go to that you'll see if I get to go. And what is with people in their high beams? Where am I going to go, dude? I do not understand why you have to wake everybody up in the morning with your like nuclear attack on me. Houstonians, Texans in general, but Houstonians are the worst drivers on the planet. Behind Boston. Boston is the worst. Anyway, moving on. So then I'm going to go to San Antonio, stay in San Antonio, Cracker Barrel, because it's just easier. Otherwise, I have to drive an hour to the rest area and then an hour back. So even though gas is $2.20, $2.30 a gallon now, I've learned that I've got to like not spend $100 of gas to just go sleep at night. So Cracker Barrel both in Austin, which you need to know this, if you go to Austin, you can stay at Cracker Barrel in Round Rock. In North Austin, you can stay at Cracker Barrel. So I'm going to stay there in a few days, but I'll stay at the one in San Antonio tonight. And then tomorrow, I'm going to Natural Caverns in the morning. I'm going to do a back-to-back tour. They also have a zip line, but it'll probably rain. And then I'll go to Cascade Caverns in the afternoon. Now, when I called them up, I couldn't get a ticket online because you need 2 people, minimum 2 people for safety. And I said, well, I'm single solo traveler, and they said, well, just show up around like 2 or 3, and there should be other people going on the tour. So I'll take my chance. If, you know, it ends up where I can't do the tour, no worries, I'll at least have done 2 cave tours in the morning. And then I'm heading out to just kind of going west, just out to the hill country. I've got a few natural recreation areas that I'm going to go to out there that I haven't been to. And then I think Christmas Day, I'm going to be, which is on Monday, I'm going to be at Muleshoe Bend. There's like a nice 6-mile mountain bike trail. And I have both my bikes, which is going to be interesting because I'm probably, well, I don't know, I'm probably going to end up using both of them, actually. Even though the hardtail was on the back of my van for 6 months and I never rode it. But now that I've got, you know, both bikes fixed, I should ride the appropriate bike for the appropriate trail. You know, it's just my professional opinion. But anyway, so I'm going to go to Muleshoe Bend, which is over like near Marble Falls. It's really, really pretty area. Really, really expensive to stay at an RV park out there. So I got a campsite at Inks Lake State Park, which I've been to before. It's only $16 for the tent site.
which is still pretty expensive for, you know, basically no water, no electricity. But I've actually stayed in this same pitch previously. I was there last year and stayed in number 307, which is fantastic. So it doesn't look like anyone's around me, which is nice. You can actually see which ones have been booked. So after that, then on Tuesday, I'm going to Spider Mountain. So I'm going to torment myself with that again. And hopefully, like I said previously in the other video, I hope that it's like been maintained, because it was really rooty and pretty dangerous the last time I was there on the green trail. So I've never done the blue trail, so I'm going to try to do those ones. And they're all called like Venom. This Spider Mountain. So you've got Itsy Bitsy is the green one, and you've got Venom, and you've got Tarantula. Like, they're all named after spiders. It's only a 350-foot mound with a little like pulley that like ski lift with like a hamster pedaling it. So it's like, oh, it's like the Fisher Price version of like Angel Fire. So I'm gonna wear my Angel Fire racing shirt and be like, let me tell you, New Mexico is like, hold my beer. Let me show you what a downhill mountain bike park looks like. So yeah, so I'm gonna do that, and then then head back into Austin. And I think Wednesday, I don't know, Wednesday probably back down into San Antonio. But I'll be going to Kerrville, riding Kerrville as well, which is what, if it's not raining, I'll ride Kerrville. If not, then I'll find something else to do. But yeah, so just basically kind of exploring a few hidden gems I've never been to in the hill country. It's fine. It's like, once you do stuff out there once, you can do it again. But I've seen the whole of Texas. Like, I probably should have like slowed down on going to every state park, because now I've done all these state parks, and a lot of them I'm like, I don't really need to go back there again, but it's close by, so I might as well stay, which is what Inks Lake is. Although I didn't do another hike in Inks Lake that I didn't do, so I'll probably do an evening hike for that one. So yeah, so I mean, the other hike I did was really, really pretty. I think you should see that somewhere in a video. I did a video about that one. But I was losing the light, and I didn't have a flashlight, and then my GPS conked out. So now I have a better phone, so I'm hoping I have better cell reception, and I've got my mobile hotspot bumped up to 30G, which is fantastic. So yeah, so it should be a really really fun couple days. I just need to get out of town. I don't really want to be around Houston on Christmas. It's just like, no one's here, everything's closed, and I have a van. So there you go. And then I'm back on Wednesday night, and then here through New Year's. So hoping to celebrate with Harriet, you know, ring in the new year and be like, yay, new year. It's like in 2020, like halfway through 2020 when the pandemic was happening, there was this meme that said, really I yelled happy new year for this shit. So, or it's like, what's the point of getting a calendar for 2020? Yeah, so it is weird. Like, I do miss the pandemic days. I do miss the low capacity, and I miss the you know, all of that stuff. But you know, oh well, we're back to traffic and commuting and you know, regular prices and crowded places and all that stuff. So, but yeah, I was very, 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 very fortunate. And you can go back and see those videos from about 2 years ago. In 2021, I was super fortunate to do the Mighty Five and the Grand Canyon during low capacity, to the point where I thought I'd missed an apocalypse. I got to the Grand Canyon 8 o'clock on a Saturday morning, and there's no one there. And I'm like, okay, like, if the zombie apocalypse is gonna happen, tell me so I know what to wear, because zombies don't ever change their clothes. Like, I want to make sure that if I'm gonna wear, you know, and be all foaming at the mouth and limping and stuff, like, I want to make sure that I got my zombie outfit on. So warn me beforehand, so I'm not just in my pajamas, you know, with like an egg stain on my shirt from breakfast. I want to make sure I look good for the apocalypse. So anyway, yeah, it's like, yeah, tell me what to wear, okay? Okay, so I've got about 25 minutes to go out to the van, which is nice because I'm just going to continue west. So I'm heading west now on the 10, the same 10 that goes all the way to California, which I've driven the whole thing. And I used to live off the 10 in Los Angeles. So I'm going to drive the 10, go to my storage unit, grab Prudence, and then just continue on. And I'll be at Newman's Bakery, which is where you get your ticket. I'll be there probably by like 8:30, and I'm just going to chill in the van and just probably relax. And I've got to unpack and sort things. Probably try to get a few more bananas and stuff from the supermarket out there. That's basically it. So Yeah, and then there's another place I wanted to go to. I might have time on the way back, or I might do it another day. But in Belleville, which I did a video about Belleville before, but I didn't have time to go to their little, I went to the silversmith shop, but I didn't have time to make anything. So you can actually make a little, like a pocket knife out of a horseshoe. And it's pretty cool. I'm like, literally they give you half a horseshoe and you just weld it down and they show you how to do it. It takes about 40-50 minutes. And you can make your own little knife, which I don't actually need a knife. I mean, what am I going to use a knife for? I have a kitchen because it came with the house. So, but it'll be fun. I mean, I could just gift it to someone. I'm like, do you need to like be in the wilderness and be like, you know, bushcrafting out there? Like, here's a knife I made out of a horseshoe. Again, reasons why aliens don't land. They're like, what the hell, humans? What are you doing? All right, so it's very festive. The hospital is all green and red. My friend's kid was born in this, you can't see it, but my friend's kid was born in this hospital that has like a crown on top, like a big, massive tower. And so she would tell her dad that she was born in a princess castle. So there, you can see it right there behind me. See that? Yeah. So that's I don't know. I'm a VA. Like I go to the VA for my hospital, so I don't know what civilian hospital names are. But anyways, hospital. But yeah, my friend's daughter was like, I was born in a princess castle. So anyway, okay. All right, well, that's enough babbling. I will see you a little bit later when I get to Newman's Castle. So it should be fun. Should be interesting. So, all right, talk to you later. Okay, back in the storage unit. Let's see if the door opens. Okay, there she is. So now, before I leave, I need to turn off and dump out the dehumidifier. I need to remove the gigantic fan, and then just leave those in my storage unit, and then back up and pack up the van and let's get out of here. So I got to charge my GoPro as well. Got to kind of sort everything out, plug everything in. Yeah, a lot less stuff in the van now. It's kind of weird that I don't need like 17 waterproof cases for my phone. For some reason I had a whole bunch of those. Okay, it's good to be back in the van. It'll be a good trip, and it'll be cooler. It'll be in the like between 40 and 60, so it should be nice. Still a little sticky, but that's Texas, so deal with it. I've been here officially 10 years. I'm still not used to the humidity. Okay, let me get going. There's some tree trimmer guys that just showed up at the same time as me at 6 a.m. I'm like, what are you doing up this early? Go back to bed. Okay, which I think I'll do once I get to Newman's Bakery. I think I'll take a nap for an hour. All right, so that's it. So I will see you on the next one when I explore the castle. All right, take care.